It's Election Day 2020. CNN coverage of the 2020 presidential election begins now, with our poll closings at 7 o'clock. In Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, Georgia, and more, we are projecting that Kentucky will go to President Donald Trump. Kentucky, 8 electoral votes. We're saying that the state of Indiana will go to President Donald Trump, 11 electoral votes for the president. We're saying the state of Vermont will go to Senator Bob Casey Jr. from the state of Pennsylvania and his running mate, Secretary Castro from Texas. Virginia is too early to call. Too early to call in the state of Virginia. In Georgia, it is likewise too early to call, though we can say that Donald Trump is ahead in the state of Georgia. In South Carolina, it is too early to call, but we can say that while Casey is ahead now, we think Donald Trump is ahead in the later vote. In Florida, we can see that Bob Casey, with 22% reporting, leads by 4. There's much vote to come out of Florida. It's 7:30 poll closings. Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina. Here's our first projection. West Virginia will go to Donald Trump. 5 electoral votes, the strongest Trump state from 2016, will go to Donald Trump again. Ohio, we're saying, is too close to call between Senator Casey and President Trump. It is too close to call. We're saying the state of North Carolina is likewise too close to call. 15 electoral votes that are too close to call. South Carolina, we're now saying 9 electoral votes will go to the president's column. South Carolina is going red. This is the map right now. Donald Trump is at 33 electoral votes, and Senator Bob Casey is at 3 electoral votes. And as you can see, the map is starting to fill in. 8 o'clock poll closing. But from Maine to Texas, with the critical swing states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Florida, we're saying that 3 out of 4 of Maine's electoral votes will go to Senator Bob Casey. We are also saying that Massachusetts, all of its 11 electoral votes will go to Bob Casey. They're all going to Bob Casey. Rhode Island, 4 electoral votes will also go to Bob Casey. And also Connecticut, 7 electoral votes. They just elected elected a Democratic governor. 7 electoral votes to Bob Casey. New Jersey, 14 electoral votes to Bob Casey. Bob Casey will carry those votes in the state of New Jersey. Delaware, all 3 of their electoral votes will go to Senator Bob Casey, the state of Pennsylvania. Maryland, 10 electoral votes will go to Bob Casey. This is a strong Casey state. He will win the state of Maryland. Illinois, 20 electoral votes, safely Democratic, will go to Bob Casey. In this election, we are projecting. We're projecting Washington, D.C., 3 electoral votes. The District of Columbia is going blue again for Bob Casey. We're saying the state of Tennessee, a strong red state, just elected Senator Marsha Blackburn is going red this time. Alabama, 9 electoral votes. Donald Trump wins again in the state of Alabama. And we're saying Mississippi, 5 electoral votes will also go to Donald Trump. Donald Trump will win the state of Mississippi. We're saying the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes will go to President Trump. President Donald Trump wins Missouri. Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump. Strong red state for the president. We're saying the state of Texas, 38 electoral votes is too early to call. This is a state that has been trending Democratic. Democrats high hopes to flip this state. Michigan, this was a close Trump state in 2016. It is too early to call. Senator Casey needs to win Michigan. Pennsylvania, Senator Casey's home state, with 50% reporting. We're saying that Bob Casey is ahead by 9 in the state of Pennsylvania, 20 electoral votes. New Hampshire, 37% reporting. Bob Casey leads by 3 electoral votes. And in the state of Maine, we are saying that Bob Casey is ahead in their 1 electoral vote that is uncalled. Here's the map. Bob Casey's at 78, and President Trump is at 76. Here we have 8:30, Arkansas. 6 electoral votes will go to the president, and they'll be in his column tonight. Here we have it, 9 o'clock poll closings from New York to Arizona. Polls are closing across this country. It's election night. And we're saying that New York, 29 electoral votes will go to Senator Bob Casey Jr. from the state of Pennsylvania. And New Mexico, likewise, 5 electoral votes. It is going strong for Casey. High Latino turnout, we're saying, in New Mexico, possibly because of his vice presidential nominee. Kansas, 6 electoral votes. Despite electing a Democratic governor, still a strongly Republican state, will go to the president. Nebraska, 4 out of 5 of its electoral votes will go to the president tonight. In Louisiana, 8 of its electoral votes will also go to President Donald Trump tonight. And then we're saying South Dakota, 3 electoral votes will go to the president. Likewise, we're saying North Dakota, 3 electoral votes going red tonight, strong for the president. We're saying the state of Wyoming, 3 electoral votes will go to the president. One of the reddest states in the union, it will go to President Donald Trump. Arizona, too close to call. We're saying the state will go down to the razor wire. It's going to be going very close in Arizona. Colorado, we're saying it's too early to call between Senator Casey and President Donald Trump. Minnesota, too early to call. Again, Senator Casey needs to win Minnesota to win this election. And Wisconsin, too early to call. Another state Senator Casey needs to flip. Unless he can flip Arizona or Texas or Florida, he needs to win Wisconsin. Here's where we are. Senator Casey at 83 electoral votes to President Trump's 109, but many toss-up states outstanding. And this is a big one. Georgia, 16 electoral votes will go to the president. A big win for the president tonight. And we're saying Virginia, 13 electoral votes will go to Senator Casey. The state keeps getting more Democratic and has gone Democratic again. Senator Casey at 96, President Trump at 125. Here we go for more poll closings. The 10 o'clock poll closings: Iowa, Montana, Utah, Idaho, and Nevada. Here we go. We're now saying the state of Montana, 3 electoral votes will go into the president's column tonight. He will win the state of Montana. He will also win the state of Idaho. 4 electoral votes will go to the president again. Big win for the president in the state of Idaho. We're saying that the state of Nevada, too close to call. Too close to call between Senator Casey and President Trump. It's very close. Utah, too early to call. Utah, not a state that likes the president. Bob Casey's pro-life, unique Democrat message has fared better in Utah. Iowa, we're saying it's too close to call. Senator Casey is close in Iowa. Pennsylvania, huge flip. Our first flip of the night from 2016. Pennsylvania will go to Senator Bob Casey Jr. A huge win. We're also in North Carolina. It will go to Donald Trump, the President of the United States. Big win in Pennsylvania for the Democrats. Big flip. Setback in North Carolina. So the President's up by 2, 145 to 147, but a big win for the Democrats in the state of Pennsylvania. Another big win for Senator Bob Casey Jr. He will win the state of Michigan. That is huge. That is a big win for his campaign. That puts him at 161 to the President's 147. That is huge tonight. If Senator Casey can replicate that performance elsewhere, he can win this election. Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, and California, and Hawaii will close at now at 11 o'clock. California, the biggest prize in the union, will go to Senator Bob Casey Jr. He will win this state. Washington, 12 electoral votes will go to Senator Bob Casey of the state of Pennsylvania, the Democratic nominee. The state of Hawaii, 4 electoral votes will go to Senator Bob Casey of the state of Pennsylvania. We're saying the state of Oregon is too early to call. That is a mistake. It is too early to call in the state of Oregon. Many mail-in ballots have not yet come in. Minnesota, a narrow Clinton state, will go for Senator Casey. A narrow Clinton state can win it by about 4 to 5 points. Colorado, another Clinton state that Senator Casey will carry again. 9 electoral votes into the senator's column. Florida, big win for the president. This state went for the president in 2016. It will go for him again. A huge win. His Panhandle and Central Floridian turnout was colossal, but he's still behind Senator Casey, who's at 251, while he is at 176. Checking on Wisconsin, checking in there. Senator Casey leads by 2, with 81% reporting, much vote to go. But he will win New Hampshire, a narrow Clinton state. He will win very narrow. He will win by about 4 in the state of New Hampshire. He will also win Oregon. We're saying the ballots are coming in strongly for Senator Casey. He will win the state of Oregon. Likewise, Donald Trump, however, will win the state of Iowa. 6 electoral votes, a hold from 2016. He'll win by about 5. Utah, despite the candidacy of Evan McMullin, the strong campaign from Senator Casey, the president will win Utah. Wisconsin, now, Senator Casey leads by less than a percentage point with 89% reporting. He needs to hold on Wisconsin. Ohio, big win for the president here. He will win 18 electoral votes, a huge swing state for the president. He will also win the outstanding electoral vote in Nebraska. A big win for the president, another crucial step towards re-election. He'll also win one electoral vote out in Maine, another very big win for the president if he wants to win this election. Texas, 38 electoral votes. Despite the picking of Julian Castro as the vice presidential nominee, Donald Trump will win Texas by about 5 points. So Senator Casey needs to win Wisconsin. He can win Wisconsin to win the presidency. Arizona, he could also win Arizona. He's up down narrowly by about 3 points. He can win Arizona. Oh, now we're projecting. Senator Bob Casey Jr. of Pennsylvania will be elected President of the United States, and Secretary Julian Castro of Texas will be elected Vice President of the United States because their ticket will carry the critical swing state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes. That will elect Senator Casey. He has defeated Donald Trump. Democrats jubilant about this. Nevada, he will also win Nevada. He had his lead over 270 electoral votes. The president will win Alaska, but at this point, he cannot win the presidency. Senator Casey has won the election. Arizona remains outstanding, but even if the president wins that, he is down. Senator Casey is at 278 electoral votes. Arizona will go to the president, but he has lost the election. We thank you for tuning in to the CNN election coverage. Senator Bob Casey wins the election with 278 electoral votes. Thank you and good night.